You don't think she looks better?
I think Nicole looked better with the old tip.
Nah, her outfits was dry.
Yeah, but the
She was wearing them
outfits.
long sleeve,
All right, well,
fucking
dressing better, I'll say yes. But
dressing
look,
better, makeup's better. She looks more confident. She seems more sexy. Come on. When did you ever see her with her shoulder out? And I'm gonna root
remember, I was messy. I was saying I would have rather her slept with Doug.
Doug Carlton. Like, come on.
That's not, I know.
Look at the material. Like, one is a loser.
And but still, I feel bad that you feel in the past that our friendship was a thing of the past.
Well, I hope they think about that when they fucking.
I hope not. That means it ain't good.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Loving Them Gates, a Beyond the Gates weekly podcast where Brian H. Butters and Queen PR dissects the latest episodes of the new hit show Beyond the Gates. We'll break down all the plot twists, character arcs, and iconic moments with our unique perspectives and a whole lot of love.
Hello, gatekeepers. Welcome back to Loving Them Gates. I'm Queen PR.
Brian H. Waters in the building.
And this week, we are going to talk about some of our favorite tweets about hashtag Beyond the Gates. I know it's not called Twitter. I know it's called whatever it's called now. And I know they're not called tweets. They're called posts. But we don't care because we're millennials and we're just going to call it Twitter. But I don't really live tweet the Gates or talk about it a lot on social media. So when I feel like I need my Beyond the Gates fix, sometimes I'll just click the hashtag and just kind of read what other fans are saying. And it has been some of the most entertaining, funniest, insightful tweets that I've seen and opinions about the show that I have seen in a long time.
Did you feel like you opened a Pandora's box?
Absolutely. So I was like mainly on Facebook talking about them Gates. So going over to Twitter, and Facebook is also very entertaining, and we will talk about some of our favorite fan theories that we see over on Facebook. But Twitter is just like another type of funny, and I think it always has been when it comes to like commentary on shows and things like that. So join us while we read some of our favorite tweets and chat them up. You ready to get into it?
Oh, let's do it. You don't remember
Brian H.
that.
Waters doesn't even know which tweets I chose for us to talk about.
No,
So I think this should be really fun.
No, I don't. This was always fun when you just pop out with shit and
Yes,
show us.
exactly. So the first one I want to start with was tweeted by this person. Hashtag Beyond the Gates needs to have a reset. Some storylines need to be scrapped and characters need to die.
Whoa.
Characters that need to be recast. The show needs to go back and focus on the Duprees. All stories should begin and end with that family because most of this stuff is not working. Very strong opinion there.
Yeah, I can't agree at all. I think when you really think about it, this show has had a huge impact in 8 months, and I think even though it moves fast, there are still a lot of things we got to see develop. We've seen a darker, edgier side of Naomi. Not darker, but it's a little more edgier side of Naomi. We never thought we would see. We've seen Nicole kind of step and get a little groove. Like she up there kissing Carlton and whatnot. We've seen Vernon we've seen a dark side with him. Because I'm going to call that a dark side. Covering up a murder is a dark side. Yeah. So we've seen some things. And even how he been like going behind Anita's back.
Yeah. So do you think too many storylines focus on characters outside of the Dupree family?
No, because Danny is a Dupree, and that's the centralized story, her and Bill. And, I also believe that, there's a lot of commentary, and I don't think we want to see so much with Vernon and Anita. Like, we don't want to see that much drama. Like, honestly, did we really care about the I'm about to call them the Mitchell Villettes. The that's
Articulate.
yeah, the Articulates. There was actually a gospel group in the Baltimore area named the Mitchell Villettes. But like, do we care that much about them? You know, so I mean, we still getting Dupree stories. It's the legacy of the Duprees. So
Right.
just Danny, Chelsea, Nicole, they're Duprees.
Yeah. It all kind of like is intertwined. I mean, you do have like the Ashleys and the Derricks, and even like the Andre part of it all. Then you got the Joey and the Hawthorns, and they are outside of the Dupree family. But I think to establish the show and
Mm-hmm.
establish the world that they're trying to build in Fairmount Crest, I think it's fun to see what the other characters are up to.
Yeah.
Besides the Dupree family. I would like to ask this person, like, are they like a hardcore lifelong soap opera fan? Because that could be a part of it too, where other soap operas about dominant families, the storylines do tend to stay within the family and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't go as much outside of that. So maybe that could be where they're coming from. I do feel like saying some storylines need to be scrapped. I wouldn't go that far.
All
I
right.
am on the other hand where I think some storylines need to be concluded
Mm.
before anything. Like I just don't see, like, I'm gonna bring it up every episode, I feel like, but Leslie and Laura and that whole thing, like there has to be some conclusion to this.
Yeah.
So I think that was a very strong tweet.
I will say this about the scrap before we move on. It's a soap opera, and sometimes every story might not be for you. You know what I mean? There's been plenty of times on The Young and the Restless, if I'm watching a DVR and there's a story I don't care about, I'm hitting the fast forward button. So, I don't think they're so bad where we're not seeing there's not that one story we're seeing everybody hate just yet.
Yeah. It's interesting because it really is about what part of the internet you're on.
Yeah.
So some people hate the Danny Andre storyline. Some people hate this. Some people hate that. And that's another part of the fun, that there are so many characters and there are so many B, C, D storylines that we could follow that they can pick up at any time. I love the
Hmm.
callback to like the baby that Andre and Ashley deliver. Like I think it's fun
Yeah.
what they're doing. So I wouldn't go as far. I think that's a strong, strong statement. But
Mm.
again, not everyone's going to be happy, right?
Right.
So one thing that did make one gatekeeper happy, Friday in Canada tweeted, popped back into hashtag Beyond the Gates and heard a character actually use the word lesbian and a woman talking about how she absolutely does not want children. Yeah, I'll be catching up and sticking around.
I know you love that one.
I did. And I saw this tweet like last week, and I enjoyed it because I did love that, and I talked about it on one of our recaps. I think it's really important to show a woman on TV or set an example that there are women out there who genuinely just do not want children in their lives. That's just not something that they've ever wanted or desired. And I'm glad that they didn't create it so that Jacob didn't change her mind. Like she was still adamant on it. Anyone that she talked to that was even like, well, maybe, she was like, nope, absolutely not. This is not what I want. This is what I've always wanted. And I have that life and I don't want it to be interrupted by this because it's not what I want. And I really appreciated that. And I think a lot of women watching that are going to feel really validated.
And also, just to take a little step further, I'm happy about that it wasn't, this big traumatic thing, right? Like she didn't have to raise her little sister. So now,
Right.
like, she just doesn't want children, and that is okay. There's
Yeah,
men that feel that way, and when men feel that way, it's always okay. But a
exactly.
lot of women feel that way, it's a problem.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that was really special. Saying the word lesbian also,
Mm-hmm.
because now it's like we're so PC, but then at the same time, I feel like it could be forced. And it's like you don't just zero in on someone's identity. You have to say like LGBT or queer or this or that. And again, there's a woman out there that I was watching Beyond the Gates. It was validated.
There you go.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So Mike Manning,
Mm-hmm.
the actor who plays Smitty, who
Yep.
I could have met at a Netflix Raw event in Vegas this year, very disgraceful.
Right.
Walked right by him and was like, "Oh my God, Brian, I think I just saw the actor that plays Smitty." And I looked on Mike Manning's Twitter and he was absolutely there. And I was like, damn, I should have met him. And the show was only like a couple months old at that point. So I think it would have been really cool if I introduced myself to him as a fan of the show that early on.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't live with regrets on this show, right?
That's
One day we'll
correct.
have Mike Manning on the show and I'll say how I had the opportunity to meet him and I didn't.
There you go.
So he has been on the show since the very beginning. So on the show the episode that we just watched, they mentioned something about the real world, Martin and Smitty, which is very
Yes.
clever because Mike Manning actually was on the real world. He was on
Oh.
Real World DC in 2009. He was 22 years old. I had no idea about any of this. So Mike Manning quote tweeted someone clocking that and said, "I was waiting to see if y'all caught that. Me when I first read the script. Good job, writers. Clever, clever."
Wow.
I just wanted to give that little nugget of trivia. Not sure if you had
You
known.
ain't even say nothing like in pre-production or just watching the show or just talking. You ain't even mention it.
No, I know it all. That's why I wanted to bring it to the show. But I love those little like nuggets. I love those callbacks. And if you know, you know. And a fan actually spotted it. So that has to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Martin, the actor that plays Martin, was recently on New York Living, which is a talk show. And he's asked, so Brandon Claiborne is the actor that plays Martin, and he is very charismatic, I will say. I don't know if anyone follows him on TikTok and Instagram or sees him on Colby Muhammad's Instagram, but he's very charismatic and he looks like a lot of fun. But they ask him, the co-host on the show asked him what to expect basically from season 2, and he says more drama, more sex, and more rock and roll. So as season 2, so I don't even know if we're in season 2, like soap operas are weird like that, but we have seen the switch up in these new episodes since the fall. We have seen a little bit of a glow up. We have seen the writing kind of improve. We have seen a little bit more fire there, a little bit more drama there. So is he correct so far? Like, has there been more drama, sex, and rock and roll?
I guess, yeah, we've seen sex, Tomas, Neva.
Yeah.
Jacob and Naomi was almost, and then we're gonna see Nicole and Carlton, I guess.
I really hope so.
But I'm waiting for the rock and roll. The drama is definitely there.
I think we're going to see more spicier storylines, especially with Isaiah coming on board. That conversation with Joey and Elon Hawthorne. I don't want to go too much because this isn't a recap episode, so I don't want to touch too much. But I do think the storylines are going to get a little bit more edgier. And I think that's like the rock and roll part that he's talking about.
Yeah, because I hope it wasn't those kids, their music. But nah, the drama definitely, you see it with them two having to stick together. Him and Smitty, they gotta be a unit. But yeah, Joey Armstrong, I mean, he got his hands full too because he still got to hide Doug's death. You know, the fact that he knows that, still trying to keep from falling in love with Vanessa because we know he is, and she's trying to be a partner. And now the cop Marcel. And like you said, with Isaiah being in the fold, it's a big deal. And I do see a lot of drama.
I do too. So speaking of Nicole, someone tweeted, and this, we don't have to go into it, but I just think it's true. But someone tweeted, "Divorce looks good on Nicole," and it does. She has been looking good. She's been walking with a little bit more confidence, even though she's still struggling. I think she's definitely growing a bit. You don't agree?
No, not at all.
You don't think she looks better?
I think Nicole looked better with the old Ted.
Nah, her outfits was dry.
Yeah, but the outfits.
Wearing them long sleeve.
All right, well, dressing better, I'll say yes.
Dressing better, makeup's better. She looks more confident. She seems more sexy. Come on.
Alright,
When did you ever
okay.
see her with her shoulder out?
Okay, on that aspect,
Come
yes,
on, the
dressing
breast is
better.
looking good on her.
She not, but
That's what they mean. They mean like you look good, like it's
I
looking
know
good.
the glue. I know what they mean, but
Okay, so what do you mean? She's not looking better than she was before?
she looked like she smiled, trying to smile through the pain. I still see the pain. I ain't buying it.
Yeah.
What? Because I don't like Carlton.
You don't appreciate women like doing a thing.
You don't believe that
You
yourself.
just wanted her to forgive Ted and get back together like some lame. Like you don't want her out
No,
here
I'm
strutting in these
just.
streets.
I'm
Remember
stuck.
who she is and
All
getting
right.
the attention that she deserves.
First off, I started to see it right before the wedding. That's when I felt like all the stuff was there, but then I feel like it was taking sort of a downward spiral.
I'm not saying her feelings towards her marriage.
No, but even the
glow up is real.
The glow up, okay. The glow up looked real when she was toying with Ted and she had Carlton at dinner. I'll give you that. Yeah. So you know what? For the sake of this part, there has been a glow up.
Next one, which I thought was funny. We have seen all the Dupree women get some loving, but Nicole. As much as we hate it, even Kat has gotten some. Now Nicole is the baddest female on the show, and she still gets nothing.
Wow.
You wouldn't consider her the baddest on the show. Apparently, she doesn't look good.
I'm not answering that question because it's not even fair.
How?
We all know who the baddest woman on the show is.
Danny Dupree.
Exactly.
Okay, but you don't want to see Nicole living in that light as well.
I didn't say that. I said I wanted to see her with somebody else.
You said that divorce does not look good on her.
I didn't say it. I said, okay. I'm just saying. All right, I'll say this. I'm going to reset. I have seen Nicole look better and happier. I still see the trauma and the stress. But yes, I do see the glow up in the outfits and the makeup. And I would like to see her get laid by somebody else outside of Carlton.
Carlton gonna get some. And I'm gonna
I was messy. I was saying I would have rather have slept with Doug.
Doug Carlton. Like, come on.
That's not, I know.
Look at the material. Like, one is a loser gambler. And then you got a tall, dark, handsome doctor. Well, they're both doctors, but Carlton is different.
Yeah, we know.
He's not like, a lame. Hopefully not.
Ted's best friend.
That's not Ted's best friend.
He said it. And but still, I feel bad that you feel in the past that our friendship was a thing of the past.
Well, I hope they think about that when they fucking.
I hope not. That means it ain't good. We know he ain't gonna be no Tomas. Having Nicole looking like.
I want to see Nicole have that glow after, like how Danny be having after like nights out with Andre. That's how I want to see Nicole. She deserves it.
She do. Danny want to see that too.
Exactly. So I'm not ruling it out.
Oh, wait a minute. Now you say that. So if you got Vanessa and Danny, yeah, she gonna fall. Just go find somebody else. Ain't there some other men around there? Make homeboy sweat.
Carlton, we'll see what else is out there.
I ain't never breaking up with you.
I just feel like women should have fun.
I'm just saying you're not wrong, but
that's all I'm saying.
I'm glad all my friends. I'm glad you're not attracted to them. Wow. Okay.
I'm just kidding. So another woman in Fairmont Crest that is always having fun, she'll give a fuck, is Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
And someone tweeted, Vanessa admitting that she likes the power is real as fuck. She's really going to off Joey and take his business. Watch and see.
Yes. Yeah, that is so spot on. And I think I may have seen a tweet like that where, I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. Vanessa really is like, she really is the one pulling the strings. And I think we saw that when she made him stand down on Doug the first time.
Yeah.
And we saw, it was like, whoa. And even Doug was in the back seat, literally, not figuratively. Then she said, no, this is what's going to happen. This was not going to happen. And boom, you're going to do this. That's why she want to be a partner. And that's why Joey don't want her to be his partner. Because he going to lose all control.
I mean, I don't want to think that Vanessa is capable of that, but I mean, sometimes there's only a couple options, and that is definitely an option. It's like play or get played.
Yeah.
With Vanessa, it's almost like, should I just go on the offensive and see what I could do there or not? And also, there's still the suspicion that he killed Doug. What if all of this is just her way of getting close to him to eliminate him and then be on some like, I know you killed my husband.
Ooh.
And now this is what happens, which I think would be a dope turn of events.
I mean, that would be.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Right? I think that would be cool. Another tweet about Vanessa, someone said, Vanessa feels more like Danny's best friend than Nicole's best friend. And I think we even might have even said that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as having sisters, that sometimes, there's certain things you can relate to more with your sister's friend. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Shoot, even, me having sisters, they may be of, say they are opposite sex, or, even if like some of my sister's homeboys, like, I may have like just certain things you just relate to. So I can understand where that's coming from, but I mean, I don't think that's the case. I think Pamela is definitely more on speed with Danny. Like they locked and loaded.
I agree. And I think it's one of those situations, like you mentioned, like you talk to certain people about certain things. Mm-hmm. And I think Vanessa and Nicole are best friends. However, when you want to talk about your hotivities, you're not going to go to Nicole. You're going to go to Danny. Right. If you had an option, you're going to talk about your hotivities with Danny. And at least Danny doesn't judge.
Right.
Nicole straight up judged her to the point where Vanessa ended up walking out of the dinner that they were having. Mm-hmm. Danny never at one point made Vanessa feel like she needed to do that. And I don't even think she admitted fully to Nicole that her and Joey are having sex. But she was able to tell Danny, like, oh, that's the best I ever had, basically. Mm-hmm. Which I think we all kind of knew.
Yeah.
It's the circumstances. Like with women, it's so much more. Like it's everything. It's the fact that he's powerful. It's forbidden. They have sex, everywhere, and he's, like this. I don't know, but I can see why she would say that.
Yeah. No. Agreed.
For sure. Do you think now we've had almost a week of episode? No, more than a week of episodes with Isaiah. Are him and Eva's scenes boring? Because someone definitely tweeted that.
What?
Yeah, that their scenes are boring.
No, they, we know how we feel about Eva sometimes, and I'm still disappointed in her, but to say boring, not at all.
Nah, I don't think so either. I really don't. So yeah, that tweet, I don't know. But again, what we mentioned before is how interesting it is that some people could be all into something and other people are like, this is boring. This character should die.
I've been waiting for Eva to be off of the Tomas train.
Yeah.
So this is perfect. And, it makes sense why she's like the way she is, like thirsty. Because she's like trying to get rid of him. But then it's also like, girl, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, she's so hype off the uptake. All right, so last one is actually one of your tweets.
Oh, really?
And it's everyone knows someone like Shanice, and that is so fucking true. Everyone has someone in their circle, their life, that is uber nosy. Mm-hmm. And you wonder why they know everybody's business, but then you see people are dumb enough to actually argue and have scenes in front of her so she could get the tea. How many people have stopped in front of that nurse station and have aired out their dirty laundry? Shanice in the background, like,
they have memes loaded up with her. Like she'll have a whole compilation.
Oh yeah,
CBS, just gave them free content. But you know, having worked on a hospital ward before, it's always somebody in that nurses circle that do exactly what she does. And there's always like somebody who was working admin, and there's always that one nurse, maybe two, who are nosy, who could tell you about everybody's life on the floor. And it'd be one of those things too, like when you start working on the floor, they just be, chit-chat. Hey, so how are you? So where are you from? This, that, and the other. Next thing you know, they done taken a little bit of information, and you know, people around there, yeah, so we heard you like such and such. How do you know that? But they be getting the life stories.
Yep. So I want to also say, if you are on X and you want your tweet,
it's Mama called it Twitter, I'm gonna call it Twitter.
There you go. And if you want to be featured in future episodes like this, just use the hashtag Beyond the Gates. Also, hashtag BTG has a lot of juice on there. And if you really want to get our attention, you would hashtag them Gates, DMGATES, because we are going to start looking for tweets specifically with that hashtag to put on the show. But if you want some good entertainment, look through both of those other hashtags, hashtag Beyond the Gates and hashtag BTG, because it is nothing but hilarity. Even as I'm sitting here scrolling, I'm like, what the hell? People are funny, and it's mostly our people, Black people, that really are hilarious, and they just know how to take a joke and they know how to take it there. So please make sure you engage with Brian H. Waters. You tweet all the time about Beyond the Gates. If you listen to the show, if you watch the show, tweet him. We would love to hear your feedback. We would love for you to respond to his tweets. We also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/lovingthemgates. So follow us over there. And of course, we have weekly Beyond the Gates content here on the 6 Heart Media Productions YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications, and please leave a comment. We really enjoy comments from the gatekeepers.
We got to address some of these comments too on this platform.
We do.
some of these theories in the YouTube comments be like,
hell yeah. Maybe that'll be our next. We like to call these mailbag episodes. So if you want to be included in our next mailbag episode, hashtag Loving Them Gates. Put them in the comments, because we will start playing. We'll start setting some aside, and we'll do future episodes. And of course, we have our weekly recaps, our weekly deep dives. Last one we did was on Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob Hawthorne. Is he a good detective? So make sure you go check that out. We analyze all the couples on this show. So we love talking about Beyond the Gates. We love meeting other gatekeepers. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Beyond the Gates content.
Thank you for joining this episode of Loving Them Gates. For more Beyond the Gates content from 6 Heart Media, be sure to, 1, like and subscribe, but also check out the podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms, as well as the playlist right here. We do deep dives as well as weekly recaps.